Oh, okay, that was on Wednesday. Okay. Let me dig that up and I'll respond to it. Uh, I have no idea what that field even is. Yeah, she's on vacation, so I'll have to follow up with her on that next week.
Zach, you still there?
Yep.
don't know what happened, so he's on.
Yeah, the audio just never connected.
His video connected.
Hmm. Which is weird. I think that, when you click the one button, both would turn on.
I gotta leave. I have a lunch meeting.
Gotcha.
And
I'll hang out for another 10, 15 minutes.
he wants its invoices and purchase orders in euros and kilograms.
Hmm.
I don't think I think we have the euro part done, and I think the weight doesn't matter because we don't really show what the units are. So,
And everything's user defined, so if you want to call it kilograms, you can call it kilograms.
Right.
As long as there's no conversions involved, then we get a little bit more complicated, but.
That's basically what he wants to see.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if we're going to be able to. I'm recording it, so if you, when you end it, I should get the recording. Oh,
Okay.
just emailed that. Hold on. Oh, he says he's going to call. So why don't we drop off of this, and when you see an incoming call, grab it.
Will do.
All right? Mm-hmm. Hopefully you won't call myself. All right. Talk to you, bud.
Yep, talk to you later.
You hear me? Hello? Scheiße, der hat keine... Nein, aus Amerika. Aus Amerika. Hello? Hmm.
Hello, this is Zach from CISS.
Yeah? You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're
So,
looking into the Inventory Pro online system, correct?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me just get this started up here.
No problem. I was thinking I'm going to meet Benjamin, no?
Ben had to leave for another meeting.
Ah, okay. No problem.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm another one of the Inventory Pro technicians here
okay,
at
super.
CISF.
Okay, okay. So you send me something to username and password, yeah?
Hmm. Yes, we can send you a username and password for the system. Um, here today, Ben told me that you were looking to get some information on the system and about the system dealing with euros and kilograms and such.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So first I'll give a brief demo of Inventory Pro Online, just so you can understand the basics, and then if you have any questions, let me know.
No problem. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is just a login screen. You just put in your username and password, and then you can log into the system. The first screen you get to here is the inventory item master list. This will show you the general information on all of your parts in the system, as well as the stocking levels over to the right side. From this screen, you can do a lot of standard operations. For example, if you click any of these pencil icons to the left, you can edit the item details, change the description, category, unit of measure, all sorts of various defaults in the system.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
On this screen, this is a standard edit screen in the system, so you can use the Save button to save any changes, the Add New button to add new records. You can also rename the item with the Rename button. And the back and list buttons pretty much do just that. The back button will take you back to the last page, and the list button will take you back to a list of all of the items that you see on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just click on the list button. Back on this screen, next column over is the label button. You can click this to view a printable label for that item. These labels are
Okay.
customizable, so if you'd like
Mm-hmm.
any other details or information, we can change that up.
Okay.
Moving across, the item ID column, you can click on any of these blue links, and you can specify which warehouses you would like the item to be active for. So essentially, if you have multiple warehouses, you can set up certain items to only be allowed in certain warehouses. You can
I
also,
understand.
toggle them on and off as you use them.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the category and description columns. These are user-defined columns. You can set up your own categories, and the description is whatever description that you enter on the when you edit the item. Also, with these columns, I'll show you if you click on the header of any column, you can sort by that column. So you see here I clicked on category and it's sorting by alphabetical.
Okay.
You can also add multiple filters at a time just by clicking on the different columns, and you can just keep clicking to turn those off. And you can do that with pretty much any report in the system. You can click to sort on any column that's not an icon column. Next up, we have the images. Here you can just upload an image, link it to an item. You can do this in various parts of the system. So if you're packing orders or processing various things in the system and you'd like a photographic record, you can take a picture and upload it to the system.
Okay.
And that will be linked with that item. History. The history button will just take you to the audit trail filtered to that item ID. So this will show you the exact transactions that have occurred with that item throughout all of its history. So here in the test system, we only have a couple records, sometimes even only one for each item. But we have clients that have hundreds of thousands of stock records here. It'll show you every transaction that's ever occurred in the system. And we'll also show you the references, so it will show you the purchase order or the sales order it was processed on, and who processed it, and all the general details about the item. And that's about it for this screen. We also have the links on the far right side. Here you can just click on these to view the individual stock records for each item and their exact locations in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that for any of these items over here. So this will show you the amount that's on a purchase order because I clicked on the on order column. And then it works similarly for the on hold column and the committed column as well. Stock that's marked as on hold is not available for using. So essentially, if you get a bad lot of stock in and you'd like to mark it until you can return it or exchange it or something of that nature, you can do that, and it won't be available for usage. We also have other statuses that we can enable as well if need be. And that's about it for the special stuff on this screen. Aside from that, at the top, every report can be filtered and searched. So if you want to type in, for example, 02-, it will filter down to those items. You can also add in special filters. So if I want to only see items that end with 50, I can type in %50, and I'll filter that down even further. And that you can do the search on any column in the system here.
Super.
We also have filters, so if you'd like to define multiple filters at a time, you can come to this screen and add a number of filters, specify some operations, and just put in a value. And again, this can be done with any report in the system. And then the last two items are the print button, which will give you a printable view of the report.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have the export button, and that allows you to export to an Excel file.
Super. Yeah, okay.
And again, you can do these operations with any report in the system. There's about 300 reports in the default system, and we can make and create other reports if needed. And then the only other thing to show you, I guess, on this screen is the warehouse filtering. So you can see here that we have the parts mapped to different warehouses. So as I change warehouses, we'll see different sets of parts.
I see.
And when we go back to all warehouses, we can see everything. And that's it for the standard item master list. Do you have any questions so far?
No. Let's look.
Okay.
Very, very simple and good and really nice. Build it. Very friendly.
Well, that's what we aim for. Okay, so now I'll just go over to the receive stock screen. This is where you'll make your positive adjustments to your inventory. So here we just select the warehouse, and you can see I left the transaction open last time I logged in here. So on this screen, you just select the item that you'd like to receive, and you specify the number of units, and you can click Save. And once you select the item ID and the number of units, you can also select the location. The system can automatically select the location as well, as you noticed there. This will show you all the locations in the current warehouse. And you can just change that and save it. And then once you're happy with this, with all the options on the screen here, you can click the Receive button. And this will bring the stock into the system. And after the stock's brought in, you can print labels out for that stock. We also have automatic printing utilities that can, you can hook it up to a computer and it can automatically print out the labels every time you receive something.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go back to the item master list, we should see that LCD. We can see that I brought in a couple of those just a minute ago on adjustment 001. And now if we go over to the issue stock screen, we can make a negative adjustment. So again, it works the same way. You just select your warehouse at the top, and you can specify a reason code as well to log with the transaction. So we'll just issue out 5 units here. And again, we just select the location. This location list is filtered to stock that's actually in the warehouse. So here we can only see receiving stock, the receiving dock, because that's the only area that we have the stock at the moment. You can also, instead of selecting the location manually, you can also use the load all utility, which will search through the warehouse using first in, first out, and will select the appropriate parts to consume. Then we just save this record, and we can then issue this out of the system. And again, all of this information is tracked on the audit trail. So if we go into the history for that item, you can see that we brought 5 in a couple minutes ago, and we just ship 5 back out. And then the only other, normal inventory operation would be the locating and moving of units. So if you go to the locate move screen, which I just selected from the top there, here you can see all the active stock records in this warehouse at this point in time. So here we can see every unique record that the system is tracking. And if we'd like to move anything, we can find it on this list and send it out of the system, or send it to another warehouse in the system. So you can see I just marked the marked this record right here, and we'll move it from the A1 location to the A2 location. So you just select the location you're sending it to and click Move Units, and now you can see it's over in the A2 location. These are just some of the basic operations. Normally, in normal usage of the system, you will primarily use the purchase orders and shipping order modules to do your stock adjustments. However, this is a way to do any manual adjustments, and normally when clients get started in the system, you wind up doing a lot of manual transactions just to get everything imported and processed correctly. We do have import and export utilities, but this allows for small tweaks and adjustments in the process.
So you have export import too?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. From the utilities option at the top, we have the import and export utility.
Oh, okay.
And here you can export your current inventory. You can also import fresh inventory into the system. So essentially you would download the import template, and then you can fill out the template. It does have a little bit of information in here just to get you started. So you can fill out this template, and once you're done filling it out, you can import it back into the system, and it will automatically populate all of your item IDs, descriptions, current quantities, and pretty much all the fields on this form. A lot of columns on this. So you can import everything from categories to unit of measures to packages, reorder points, mins and maxes, locations, pretty much anything you need. This is a good way to initialize the system and do your initial imports. And then I'll jump over to the purchase order utility, and we can just walk through that quickly. Okay, so this is an order header. This is just a bit of generic information about the purchase order. A number of these fields can be toggled on and off as needed. Not all of them are required. As you can see at the top, we only have a few that are explicitly required for the order. Over on the line items page, you can specify what you're specifically ordering, and you can specify different values. Now you'll notice here we have it displayed as the $sign. That is the system option. We can toggle that. We can toggle that option and set that to display the euro or the pound or any other currency symbol.
I can put euro currency, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we can change the symbol if you're using only euros. We can simply change the symbol to show that instead of the $sign. You can also, we have a utility on the customer, on the shipping order side, where you can actually specify on a per customer basis which currency they use. So let me open that up, customers and contacts. And then down here we have the currency symbol, so you can select for each client which currency symbol you'd like to use.
Super. Yeah, I see. So actually, for each client, I can choose the currency code I need.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now that does, as our system is somewhat old and it has not been fully migrated, that will skew a few of the reports that calculate the totals. It hasn't been programmed to separate the currencies yet. However, if that's a requirement, we can set that up. Alternatively, if you're just dealing in euros, the reports will all be correct.
Okay.
So on the purchase order screen, the basic usage is you can click the Add Line button, and here you can just select an item, and it will add another line to the screen. You can specify your number of units,
Mm-hmm.
and let me just save that. And you can see that it changed my number of purchase order units. So here we're ordering it by the case, but we're tracking it in our system as individual units. So a lot of our clients, a lot of our clients will use this. So if I order like a pallet of 25 boxes of whatever item, I can say I'm ordering one pallet. I can set that up as my unit of measure, and then when it brings into the system, it'll convert it. Exactly. It's just a simple way, and these are all user manageable. You can add new units of measures and new conversions as needed.
Yeah. Tell me, when I'm doing this order and I need each, each item or each box, it's calculated by kilo also, and it needs to show in the order or on the invoice. It can be done.
We do track net weight and gross weight, so you can specify for the individual parts, you can specify the specific weights. Alternatively, if you're ordering it as 2,000 kilograms of an item, we can actually use the kilogram as a unit of measure as well.
Yeah, because I need that in kilogram, and then it need to be the total kilo, because we send in container, yeah, and it needs to calculate it, everything. That's the requirement from the bank, yeah, for the letter of credit. You need to see also in the invoices and the packing list the weight for the item we send, yeah.
Understood. Yes, we could track each individual. As I said, we can use the unit of measure as a kilogram. So if you're using, 2,000 kilograms of an item, it would track that as 2,000 units. We can also set it to, if you set up a unit of measure or if you set up the net weight for the item, we can calculate that and display that based on the number of units sent out. So here you can specify the unit gross weight and the unit net weight on the item master list. And from there, whenever you do a stock calculation, it will track the the exact weight of that item, and we can display that on your packing slips and your orders. The packing slips are customizable, and the invoices are customizable. So I think I clicked the right button there. So this is an example of one of the purchase order slips. So on here we have, I think we actually have one pre-made that shows the weights on it that we could import for you. But alternatively, we can add a column as well to show the exact weight of the item. And same thing for the orders columns. And these are easily customizable, and we normally do at least one or two of these changes to one or two of these for every client. So again, here this is a standard packing slip for an order. Again, we can add a column to show the exact weight as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they need to see the net, brutto, netto, and then total. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it needs to be like that.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Yeah, we deal with requirements like those on a regular basis, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Should be not a problem. Very good.
Mm-hmm. And purchase orders, well, let me just go back there and make sure I went over everything. Okay, so after you filled out a purchase order, you can receive the order. When you receive the order, it will fill out the receive grid, as I showed you earlier. On here, if it's a partial receive, as in it came in multiple shipments and you only have some of it here at this moment, you can specify that. So let's say I only have half of this order coming in. I can put that in here, click Save, and I can then receive this in. And at the top, it will ask me if I'd like to complete the order or if the order is only partially being received. So I'll click Cancel just to say that it's a partial receipt of the order. And then now we've received the stock into the system, and the order is set as open partial receive on the status here. And if we jump back in, you can see on the right side here, it'll mark it as 20 units received, 10, 10, and 50. And then you can go back in and process this and fill out the order the rest of the way when the second shipment comes in. You can also see at the bottom, we have various calculations in here to show you the subtotal. You can set in discount amounts and various other charges. And this again will show on the PDFs and the the preview of the purchase order. And that's about it for purchase orders. And shipping orders work pretty much the same way. We have the header. Here you can select a customer to ship the product to. You can actually map multiple customer shipping locations to a single master record, so to say. So if you have one billing address for a client and multiple shipping addresses, you can enter them all into the system. And whenever you select a different shipping location, it will automatically load up the correct bill to location. So you can see here, this one is Acme Chevron, is the billing location for all of the Acme locations. Moving down, you can specify a customer PO number, invoices, various shipping information. Again, most of these lists here are user manageable. Anytime you see this blue link on the left, you can click on that, and it will take you into edit the record, or you can go to the list of the record and make changes if needed. You can also specify a supplier if you're going to be reordering and restocking to fulfill the order. We also have sales reps that we can tie into with various accounting systems. So if you have like 5% or 1% or whatever percentage commissions on the orders, those can be sent over to the accounting system and calculated. Line items work similarly. However, on this screen we have one of the full grids, so you can actually specify the exact location you'd like to pull the stock from. You can actually select individual serialized parts, and I saw that yesterday and I forgot to fix that. It's just a little minor glitch. Need to update the demo site a bit. But yes, you can essentially just select your parts the same as on the other screens, specify the number of units, and click Save. It will automatically pull in your default pricing. We also have pricing levels you can set up in the system, and you can specify different pricing levels for each customer then as well. Okay. And then again at the bottom we have the subtotals and the calculations. The invoice page, you can put a memo with the invoice. You can also specify an invoice number or specific terms like net 30, net 60. You can also make direct changes to the discount percentages and number of the fields over here on the right, and it will automatically update the total as you make a change. So if I say shipping is $2,000, it will automatically calculate that as I type that in.
Okay. In the invoice, I can put some couple words inside if I need to.
Can you repeat that?
In the invoice, in this mask, yeah. If I need to put couple words to the bank, where I can put it?
You could put that in the memo field. Alternatively, we could put that in one of the fields in here as well. There's a few different reports here, and we can customize these as needed to show different information. So here's one of the views of the information. We could reuse the process number field for that information. Alternatively, we could reappropriate any of these fields as needed.
Okay, because if I can put it down like here down, where shipping, loading, and here I need to put couple stuff to the bank exactly. If it's possible there to fill it inside.
Yes, you can. I believe that's where the memo gets put. So if you filled out the memo.
Okay, that is the memo. Okay.
So you could put that information right here, and that would automatically fill that out.
Exactly. Okay, super. Yeah, yeah.
And you can also actually add default memos into the system, and then you'll be able to select them from this list here. So if you need to pull in a default memo, and then you can just alter it as needed.
Okay.
And then you can also input your tracking numbers on this field, and then you can actually click on these links, and it'll link you over to the appropriate tracking website, and you can follow the package's status. We also tie in with a couple shipping systems, and we can also do interfaces to other ones as well. And that's pretty much the basic overview of the system. Do you have any?
That's right now what I need, just to put inside the warehouse, and then just to put the stuff coming in warehouse inside, and to do the invoice and packing list for the bank. And when we're shipping the stuff, because we ship everything by container. Right now, that's what I need. Too much too much is always good, but too much is also gonna make me confused. But I know your system can do a lot of things, yeah.
Yes, I think we only covered maybe 30% of it today.
If I train myself on these couple steps, and do it quick, that's going to be the best. Yeah. And I know your system is online, right?
Yes, it is cloud-based, and it can be accessed anywhere you have an internet connection.
Super. Okay, great. Of course, I'm going to have a lot of questions when I'm going to start to work with that until I'm going to find myself. And another thing, when I put the item inside and I put the price, what I'm selling that, for the data bank, I can put also the price, what I'm buying, and the margin, what I make on each item?
Yes, you can specify the cost of the item as well. So you can specify the cost and the price of the item on the item master list. Let me just jump over there. So down here, you can specify your cost, your price. You can also specify your pricing levels down here. Okay. We also have case pricing levels. So if you sold, if you wanted to give a discount when somebody bought, let's say 25 at a time, of whatever item, you can do that as well.
Okay. Very good. So with the price, I need to talk with Ben, right, for the system?
Yes.
Okay. When I need to install the logo, where I can install the logo, my logo? Probably it's easy.
Let me remember where that's at. Okay, so if you go to the top of the screen, System, and then Customize Logos.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Here you can edit the logos. So I believe the one you'd want to change is the generic logo, and that will change the logo on the front page.
Okay.
And on the invoice.
And the system and the information from the company, bank account, registry number, tax number, where I can put it, so it's going to be on the layout?
That depends. We might need to add extra fields to the invoice to show that information.
Okay.
But we do have a sales tax system. Let me remember where that's at. So you can specify sales taxes, payment terms, packages, ship via lists, and such. We might need to add an extra field in for you. We have a lot of extra fields in the database that can just be relabeled and changed slightly.
Only for the layout, for the invoice and for the packing list. For the rest of the report, I don't need.
Okay. So it just need to be on the invoice and the packing slip then. Let me just make a note of that.
Okay, great. It's real good. So I'm going to talk with Ben, and I hope we're going to start ASAP with the system.
Sounds good. In the meantime, I can set up a demo site, a test site for you. That way you can get started. And I'll email you the information on that and a copy of the manual in a few moments.
Okay, super. And for me, is the important thing is the showing on each item when I'm doing the invoice, the kilogram for the item for each of them, and then it's calculate that automatically if I have 200 or 300 pieces,
Yeah, I'll make a note of that as well, so we can do that next week.
If you need, I have some system I'm working right now for other company, and then showing that If you want, I can send you a copy from invoice, and you can see what I'm talking about, or maybe you know already what I'm talking about.
Okay, that would be helpful. That way we can format it the same
Yeah?
way.
You have my email address? Just send me small email, and I'm gonna reply that with copy from invoice. Yeah.
Will do.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I think that's it for today then. Like I said, I'll send over the information in a demo site in a few minutes.
Okay.
And I think that's about it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you have a nice day there, and I hope
Thank
to hear
you.
from you again.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.